From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Hello, and welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game. I'm Nikodas.
I'm still Grebog. Wow, still. I guess the real Grebog. There we go.
Today it's the real Grebog. Tomorrow it might be the fake Grebog.
And
I can't
hello,
believe
Tabby.
It's not Grebog.
Go ahead, Gree. I'm sorry.
I was saying hi to Tabby, who's shown up in the stream,
Hi, Tabby.
and anyone else,
Uh-oh!
Well, I mean, maybe whoever you have tied up in your closet is. I hope they consented to that.
Knowing Tabby, they enthusiastically did.
But anyway, so this show is episode here as I pull back the note, episodes 139, Enemies Part X, or I mean 10. Yeah, Roman numerals,
X is good. X sells, right? X is important.
X marks the spot.
Give it to you.
We do have a guest with us for those who haven't been paying attention. Momenth is here. Say hi, Momenth.
Hi, Momenth.
And do you have a thing for us?
Well, I'll say, in terms of Star Trek, I haven't seen Benedict Cumberbatch ever since he was in Star Trek. It seems many studios are very reluctant to hire an ex-con.
Oh, I so should have seen that coming. That was pretty good. I'll give you props for that one. That was pretty good.
That didn't stop Marvel. They like
Touche.
ex-cons.
But we all know it's Marvel, right?
Yeah, and that's magic that he does.
And Disney. All right, so you know what? I'm going to give it to the guest first. Momenth, how has your week been?
Oh, work, and more work, and then I went down and had Chinese. I've been playing around with Bok Bok here, and got him all leveled up. Been streaming a lot, and did a 11-hour and 30-minute stream last week.
That's one thing that Grebog and I have not done yet that I keep kind of tossing around.
A mega stream?
Yeah.
I mean, we could.
It would take some planning.
I mean, because, what'll happen is we'll start it out, we'll be going good, and then we'll get slap happy in the middle, and then we'll get refocused,
Well, everybody has a second wind, right?
Just so long as it's not a fart.
Right. I do think something like that could be fun, especially if we just make new characters and just try to level from the beginning, all the way to 65 in one straight go. I think something like that could be a lot of fun.
Oh.
Sure.
12
would be
12 hours straight. I think we could do it.
I don't think I could get to 60 or 65 in 12 hours.
If we were partnered up, we might be able to knock it out.
Maybe.
You're pretty close. Anyway, sorry,
I
man.
feel like the movie Hackers. I can do it in 12 hours. No, with me we can get it done in 6, and with me we can get it's a
good movie. Anything else, Mim? I kind of stepped on you there. I'm sorry.
Oh no, pretty much that's about it. Got Mama Cat making all the noise right now, so we'll see how often she talks.
All right. Well, then I'm going to hand it over to Grebog. So here's the mic. How has your week been?
I can't reach your mic, so sorry. My week's been good. Let's see. In gaming, I've been doing STO stuff. I mean, because we've been making some strides in progress with the KDF fleet and also the Fed fleet. Considering the Fed fleet, if you didn't notice, you can now buy the tanking tactical consoles. So the colony, you can now go get those. Let's see. But I've been doing WoW like I normally do each week. I did dip into an old game I haven't played in a while. Division 2. That's gonna take, if I'm going to play it again, it's gonna take some practice getting back in to that, because I suck. Like I'm like going here. I'm gonna just try to go take this one control point, which is a PVE objective, and normally soloing a level 1, the lowest level control point. Most people can solo those without a problem. It took me a little time this time. Normally, I could just like run in there and annihilate everybody, like at least I used to be able to. Now it took some planning and thought. But anyway, outside of that, yeah, I've been playing STO, doing the daily stuff for the events and that. Yeah. See, and here, okay. How has your week been, and what have you been up to, Nikodas?
My week was unusually stressful. My non-paying jobs have stressed me out and kept me fairly busy. I really haven't done a whole lot of gaming this week. I did a little bit on STO. I do have one of my KDF characters that have kind of been sitting for a while, leveled up finally, and I'm starting to work on a build for them. I'm gonna do a torpedo build, hopefully a can fire while cloaked torpedo build. But I'm working on reputations now. I finally got them leveled. Now I'm working on reputations. Next step will actually be, buying the torpedoes and stuff. Although I really am hoping that we get a Lobby sale sometime soon, because there's a couple things I need to buy from the Lobby store, and the sales help. But other than that, I really have not done a whole lot of ongoing gaming. I did some RTS gaming, some Supreme Commander 2, and yeah, that's about it, really. Nothing special. How about this week in STO, Grebog? How has STO's week been?
So a good day to die. That event is still ongoing. You have until the 9th. I went and looked at their blog post to try to reconfirm that, and their blog, the blog and news thing that they sent out, says the 15th. And so in game it still says the 9th. I don't know where or what happened there with their news thing, but yeah, you have until the 9th to finish your completions, which is 3 days away. Well, 2 days, 14 hours. So if you aren't close, you're gonna either have to buy out or you'll end up missing. This is the first of the big event campaign, so technically get as many completions as you can get, even if you aren't going to complete it, and even if you don't care about the reward. Because as many completions as you get pushes you forward in the event campaign.
2 days, 14 hours, 45 minutes, and 43 seconds.
Yeah. You have 6 TFOs to choose from. Have fun, blow things up. It's easy.
They're all space.
They're all space. But yeah, and you get a Torchbearer or Danger Will Robinson outfit. But
it really does. That is pretty much exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
Along with that, they are also doing KDF Recruits. If you have not made one yet, I highly recommend it. You also have until the 9th. Basically, when the event ends, the KDF recruitment event also ends. All you have to do is make a recruit and get this item right here, the encrypted Klingon receiver. Once you have that, you are a recruit, and you'll be a recruit forever. Even if you get rid of that, even if you discard that, or somehow delete it, you can always just go and get another one. So once you have it, you are a recruit forever, and you can take forever to get the requirements done. But the requirements do give you account unlocks that you can get on any character on your account. Either, older characters, newer characters, doesn't matter. So highly recommended.
All right. That's
And we're not going to talk about the elephant in the room.
We are, but hang on, we're not there yet.
So Galaxy Goes to Red Alert is starting March 9th and goes to March 16th. That is going to be a very short one, 7 days to get your 5 daily progress in. But then you'll get 1 ultimate tech upgrade and 1 specialization point. They normally, I thought they only gave us 1 thing, but this said both. So I'm hoping we do get both. And then, as someone wants to call it the elephant in the room, I thought I wanted to just say, hey, we have some interesting, shocking news. If you go to the dilithium exchange now, you will now notice if you go to the Cell Zen, we're at now 491 dilithium for each Zen.
And there's only 639
and it's dropping.
You can see it's dropping. And then over on the buy, you got people, trying to buy, at 492.
Well, that's always been the case. So
no, the buy area has never had anything.
Okay,
as I've been playing, it's always been the same area because there's always been a backlog.
Hold up, buddy. I know. Yes, this side never had this for you, but before, when the Dill exchange was working as intended, this side was always a little bit higher, and the on the buy Zen side, and the sell Zen was always a little bit lower. Basically, it's showing you the offers that are going to be it auto sorts the offers so you can see where you're going to get the best money. But yeah, heck, this is even dropped because like when I first logged in tonight, it was at 496 dilithium to 359 on the Cell Zen on the high end. It's already dropped to 491. So we today is the day that it changed. Because we there was a backlog.
The 491 just disappeared.
Yeah. So it's the Dill exchange is. I'm curious on how low it's going to drop. Anyway, Nikodas, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I can't sell Zen for 500 anymore.
Yeah, now it's become a better market, and I might be able to do what I used to do. Back in the day. So back in the day, I used to on Zen sales. I used to watch the market, and much like I do with the keys, I would sell Zen. Yeah, I would sell high, buy low, sell high, and that was one of the ways I made some currency.
Yeah, it is certainly interesting. It is very good for the game. It is good for the market. Yeah, we'll see where it settles.
And, as the noob here, I look at it as like, yes, there's a market. Now it's like, you don't know what you're going to get, but you can get stuff today.
Right? Yeah, you shouldn't have to wait because it was at 4 weeks when it was the maxed out. So, yeah.
So interesting.
And I expect the next time they have a mud sale, this market is going to be a heaven for somebody that knows how to play it.
Probably.
So, yeah.
We'll see how it goes. I'm curious as well to see where it settles, but
I think the Dilex on consoles have been floating around 360-ish. I'm curious if that's where it will drop to.
Could be. I mean, we'll see. It was, I mean, initially it slowly crept up for us and then settled like the final jump from like it was at 460 for a long time, and then it just suddenly jumped to 500, and then it was 500 for what, like 4 years, 3 years, something like that. So we'll see.
And I'll say, Spencer, you did good, buddy. He exposed a bit of the problem. You know, kind of made some enemies, but you know, I love you, man.
Well, he he means well. He comes across a bit brash, which I don't think he cares.
No,
But
also,
yeah,
I've heard somebody say he knows his numbers.
yeah.
So you know, okay.
He's great with spreadsheets and figuring out numbers. If he wasn't, he probably should have been an economics major, or an accountant, because I could see him doing well with that. But anyway,
So our primary target for today is enemies part 10, and out of all the enemies in the game, these are the last 3 that we have left to highlight. So our enemies segment will be done until they either introduce new enemies or until someday we decide to revisit all the enemies. Or if they update something. Like, I'm really hoping the board get an update, and then we do, an enemies on that. But we'll see. So the last 3 that we have skipped over are the Federation, the Fek'lhri, and the Hur'q. That's why we're playing KDF today. Traditionally, these are all, KDF enemies, with 2 of them being KDF legends that were brought to life. So we'll see what happens here. Our first enemy is going to be the Federation, and to highlight this, we're going to run the episode Mars, the Bringer of War. So let me pull that up. It's in Vigilance. And you guys need me to share that with you?
Kavan, warrior.
sure. I guess that'll work too. Not a transwarp.
I remember this.
Transwarping now. So the Federation is to the Klingons like the Klingons are on the Fed side of things. They're the first enemies that you face off with, and they tend to be fairly basic. We're going to do some space and ground combat here to highlight this. Now, unlike the Klingons, the Federation likes their ranged weapons. And they tend to use phasers, as everybody knows. Phasers do have, they're just basic phasers. They're not like agony phasers that the Terrans use or any of the special flavor. They do have a tendency, or they do have the possibility of shutting off your subsystems. So if you're fighting the Feds and like your shields go offline, it's because you got hit with the phaser proc, basically. Occasionally, when you're fighting a science vessel, you might get tractor beamed. And here they're also using a tachyon pulse platform. So there might be a few little trickery things in here, but primarily they're pretty basic enemies. You can see some of the older cruisers here as well. You don't see these too much anymore.
A Starfleet battleship. Disable it.
And there goes. Was that Grebog or Mem that just... Oh, that was Bach.
Bok.
Bach flew past me. There's a tractor beam, like I said.
The Starfleet vessel is dead in space.
And the Galaxy class has been disabled, which now we get a beam over.
Good. They are disabled, and I hope you are ready for a fight.
We are
Good.
going to
They are
board the
disabled
DeWitt.
and at our mercy.
Yeah,
Now
yes.
it's time to strike. Let
Sorry,
us board
they,
the
they like
boat
pumpkin
and
spice
seize what we can
lattes.
use for
You
Wild's
just throw that at them, and
Hope
all
you
will
are
be
ready.
well.
Yeah, or, tea, Earl Grey, hot.
I heard a thing about that is like tea Earl Grey is normally hot unless something happened between now and then that tea Earl Grey cold became the norm.
That's funny. Coffee. I hear some Federation officers really, really like their coffee.
It's a wonder why didn't Janeway ever get into Wreck the Genos? She had the opportunity.
There's coffee in that nebula. Yeah, she they could have, but she never liked that. And then when Neelix tried to do a coffee supplement because they were down on power, she got really upset. So here on the ground, apparently we're fighting medical officers. They again use phasers, and here again you can suddenly have shields or other things disabled. They will summon turrets. Those typically are also phasers. And sometimes they'll do mines or shield boosters. Here they come. Fed security. But primarily they'll just stand around and shoot you. Oh, and the medics. I suppose I should mention the medics, although the Romulans do that too. They will bring medics in, and medics can heal and revive their teammates. So if you down a party member but you don't down the medic, you may find yourself fighting the guy that you just thought you offed.
Voth do the same on the Dyson Sphere.
My invasion of their computer systems has been indeed.
Okay, and that's it for the feds on the ground. Going back to the ship.
Hey, Becky. Hope you're doing well tonight.
Good evening.
It's not quite midnight here.
Actually, Sargareth, I kind of disagree with you. The uniforms that they're wearing are the Odyssey, and I actually like the Odyssey uniforms. I thought they did really well with them. There are still times that I'll put Gatis in the Odyssey uniform, although primarily I have him in the 32nd century uniform.
The boots, they're wearing Uggs.
The boots, Uggs. All right, fair enough. We're gonna go fight some shuttlecraft now, I think. Because that's honorable. I wish it was only 7:30 here. That would be neat. I only say that because I have to work tomorrow morning, so...
Sagareth, are you in Hawaii?
Maybe they're in Alaska.
Ooh, Alaska. I want to go visit there sometime.
I don't know what he's saying yet, too.
You were probably the first person to say Hawaii, so I would imagine that's what they're saying yep to.
These loading screens are taking a while today, and they really...
I mean, this is the what we'll cover in Enemies Part 11, the loading screen bosses.
There you go. Alright, moving right up here. Oh, this isn't the shuttlecraft stuff. This is the cruisers. Well, this should be fun. I'm a little surprised with all these attacks they haven't shut my shields down yet. Although I do think they got my engines. I wasn't really paying attention, but it seems like my turn rate for a little bit went to crud.
This map used to be different, but once they did the event with the where you're saving the people from Mars and fighting off the androids, they changed it to this map, and I much like that they did.
I think this one is actually better in terms of the ability. I've never played the old one, but I love the way this just looks.
I think it's it's a lot better representation of Mars itself.
Yeah,
it's pretty. They did really well on it.
I'm just waiting for the event. It's coming up in a couple weeks, right?
What event?
The anniversary?
On console, maybe. We already had our anniversary.
The anniversary event's over. That was when you were doing Omega Particles.
No, okay. Did they do the mission here on the anniversary last year?
No.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't do that this year.
Okay, so okay, because I was expecting it. Okay.
Okay, this is the thing with shuttles. Let's go ahead and jump out of here, though. I don't want to run the whole mission. We've got 2 more enemies to go over, so everybody go ahead and abort mission.
Just because, so like we've done twice now with a lot of KDF stuff right around the anniversary. That does not mean that will always hold true. Yeah.
Okay, next up is the Fek'lhri. We're going to run Return, or sorry, it's in the Return, Fek'lhri Return, and it's going to be Destiny. That way we can get some ground combat going. And I'm transwarping. Oh, I should probably share with you guys, huh?
Nah.
Well, Becky, we talked about that earlier. It is awesome.
Yeah, for those of us that haven't played long enough, they don't know what to think about that.
Okay, so the Fek'lhri are Klingon demons, essentially their version of fallen angels. In STO, they were brought to life in a pretty fantastic fashion, if you ask me.
We actually saw one in TNG.
Which, well, sort of.
Sort of. And in STO, technically, there are 2 types of Fek'lhri.
But they look the same. So what does that tell you? They look the same and they fight the same.
See, back in my day, there used to be a monthly subscription.
Where did you bring us? Oh, right. We got to talk to the lore master. All right.
Yeah, you have to learn about the Fek'lhri before you can move on.
This guy.
Do you wish to hear?
The Sword of Kalis. And then we got to talk to Worf.
The sun.
Worf!
I wonder if they're going to change his model.
Greetings. Fight with honor. You speak of the Fek'lhri. That is this is the sword. The Emperor.
Because there's been some changes.
No spoilers.
That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is I have a new appreciation for tea.
We're waiting on Hur'q. I'll drink some tea while he's map moving here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the Dilex change is a good thing. it means you're going to get more Zen for your dilithium. Though for those that were wanting to get dilithium, you're going to get less dilithium when you sell your Zen.
Sensors are picking up readings of the
Yeah,
destroyed
color me a
Klingon
sad
fleet in
panda.
the area.
All right, so their ships, they have, they tend to use a lot of carriers, but they also have small fighting ships. Their weapons are all anti-proton based, which means they have a higher than usual crit chance. So they can deal a lot of damage, especially if you, get swarmed by them, which does tend to
The
happen,
Emperor's vessel is still heavily damaged.
or can
We
happen,
cannot let
especially if
these
you find
demons
yourself fighting
destroy
one of
it.
their carriers. Again, these are basic anti-protons. They're not any of the special flavored variety, so they just have the improved crit chance.
They send their flagship to challenge us.
Their
This will be
ships
a
tend to hit
glorious
hard
battle.
but die fast, at least until you get to the carriers. On higher difficulties, the carriers can take quite a beating sometimes. And they don't really have fighters. Instead, they have little souls
Sensors are
that
clear.
fly around
That
and,
was the last of them.
attack you.
Very well.
Again, I actually
Even
felt
more
that the
when your
aesthetic
sensors are
was
clear.
really well done.
Very well.
And Bach again gets the ground crew there.
Yep,
Bringing the
healers
doctor
for us.
along.
Alert.
Is I haven't really looked at the hologram there. Does that have any good traits?
I don't know.
Which hologram?
Okay,
Oh, Crusher?
Crusher.
Oh. There's an enemy in this map, isn't there?
Yes,
if you
in the
haven't gotten it yet.
cafeteria.
Maybe.
Okay.
And if it's not in the ceiling where I always had the problem of it spawning.
Yeah,
So
it will spawn bad.
the Fek'lhri here, again, they do use some anti-proton ranged weapons. They also do some
Target
fire
acquired.
damage,
Crime.
Targets here.
and
Theft. Espionage.
they
treason,
tend to
murder.
use physical attacks as
Terminate
well. I
with
mean,
extreme
could they really be,
prejudice.
Klingon demons if they didn't try to rake your eyeballs out? So you have to, with physical combat, you'll have to deal with some knockbacks, holds, and stuns. And fire damage doesn't necessarily have a whole lot of resistance to it. So there is that as well.
And as you can see, some of them, there is a almost ghost version of one that they will fly around. They have no legs. They just like fly all over the place, and you have to shoot at them.
Use this area as an emergency station.
Yeah, if you're coming in with a melee build, that can be really challenging sometimes.
Series is heavily damaged. Let's get down.
There's Kargan. We got to go in the turbo lift. These guys will pounce on you, the
Let's
hordlings.
see if we can find.
I could pounce on them too.
True. Actually, so could I if I had the right talent. Okay.
Oh,
Did we miss
see.
what we're supposed to be looking for? That says it's over there.
Thank you. I must reset
Ah, there we go. Okay, we finally got the prompt.
Yeah, he's in a different room.
The Fek'lhri must come down the main corridor to enter.
Not anymore, he's not.
Open at the entryway.
Yeah, I started it.
Restoring
Well,
atmosphere recycler.
Excuse me, thank you. I had a feeling we
Suffocation is
missed
not
something.
the warrior's death.
Now, the slave masters will do a pole attack. They'll grab you with a chain that brings you into melee range, and then they'll try to stomp on you. It can be quite painful. The female-looking demons will do a psionic attack, that deal psychic damage and can stun you. So there's a lot going on here with these guys on the ground.
And if you're in a party like this, you can just sit back here and watch while they charge the spawn point and spawn camp the enemies.
We probably should have upped our difficulty for this. It's all good. Destiny. Is that the game that you've been playing, Sargareth?
I think that we made a comment about Destiny, and that was there.
Oh, respond. Oh, so I'm just late to the party. All right.
5 minutes later, if not longer.
Right. Well, I had the show notes up. Unfortunately, I only have 2 screens. So I've got one screen with the game, and then my other screen I switch back and forth between the show notes and the chat. So if I'm late to the party, I'm sorry. I'm just following this Klingon engineer around while you guys are keeping the demons at bay. Good job, by the way.
I'm not really doing much of anything. I'm letting someone spawn camp.
I'm just like sitting there. I'm barely doing anything.
Sure.
I'm actually half asleep.
Syrian's just yawning. Don't mind me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I woke up at 8 o'clock this morning.
I need to stay here and continue.
Okay, now we're going back to the turbo lift. Come on, dude. I talked to you. Get a move on. Alright, fine. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Once we're done with this fight, we'll go ahead and abandon the mission and move on to our third and final enemy of the night.
I fought Fek'lhri thousands of years
I think I need a new computer.
They have not grown any stronger.
Well, how old is your computer?
I don't know. Old enough.
Old enough to know better. Young enough
Drive them
not to care.
before you.
Having
Okay,
3
Les.
players with all the graphical animations that they have put into the game and it getting all spammed and such,
Speak with you, warrior.
I'm noticing some graphical lag.
Gotcha.
Like all the
Understandable.
purple spheres and all the it just
Apparently, we didn't have to skip out of that one. That was the entirety of that mission.
The Fek'lhri
Yep.
nearly killed Kalis.
Okay, so that takes care of the Fek'hri.
Must be avenged.
Our last enemy that we're going to highlight is the Hur'q. This is another ancient KDF enemy that some think were a little more than a legend, although Worf sure did like to talk about him a few times. Gamma Quadrant. There it is.
are we going home?
Storm clouds gather. We could do home, I guess. I hadn't really
The
thought about
Alliance
that.
has agreed.
It's a long one.
Go to Deep Space
Well,
Nine
nothing
as
saying we
soon
have
as
to do the
he
whole
got
thing, but
called.
yeah. I just figured we'd start at the beginning here. Transwarping.
Yeah, the Klingons have encountered many species throughout their travels.
And usually they tried to kill them. Or vice versa. Go figure.
Well, if they aren't going to, be subservient, then yeah, bend the knee or we'll break it.
Please, we're low on fuel and supplies. We need help badly.
Okay.
Kavan, the High Council has announced several challenges to the Empire.
Wow, they took some
worthy of a
damage.
warrior such as
Wonder how that
yourself.
happened.
Would you like to review?
This is Station Control. Welcome to Deep Space
Yeah, it
Nine.
looks like somebody else
Also,
gets it.
Captain Nog
Hang
is
on.
ready to-
Ambassador Worf?
Yes.
Yep.
Where do you get him from?
Wouldn't you like to know?
That's why I
Um,
asked.
That was one of the anniversary bundles, wasn't it?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't have that one. And I don't know. I have Bashir, and I like his traits, so I'll have to. I'm probably going to be, choosing Bashir over Crusher, but I'll have to really look at her traits and see if she's got anything good.
Bashir
So,
was part of the
interesting
COVID
question.
bundle.
The interesting question I would ask, for all these holograms of these people, I would ask, how close to the original are they? If this was an in-game universe and it literally was them copied, how close?
Like as far as how they look.
Nice to be working with you.
No, in terms of who they are, how they think.
Well, you got to remember with Crusher, this
Admiral
is the
Quinn's
mirror
office
version
is
of Crusher.
behind those doors.
Yeah.
Ambassador Odo
The
is here,
Wayun clone
coordinating
is
security
probably
efforts.
Wayun,
I'll be blunt.
just a different version of the clone. Come on, we got to get to the fighting. Quit with the talking. Start with the shooting.
Pow pow, kablam, blam, blam.
All right, so maybe this wasn't the best
Here is
one to
Proconsul
choose. This
Detan's
is
office.
going to be interesting because this
Chancellor
was the
Jempok has an office
first one
here.
they did to introduce these characters.
There are several alpha. It looks like Chancellor Garrick is in
So
his
they
own
want
tailor
to,
shop.
show off the new station because when this came out, this is when they redid DS9.
I believe the Kai is here, in the Bajoran Temple.
Okay.
I'm in the
Moving
temple.
right along.
Hello there. There's something else I should
Bach's
mention.
got
I've experienced
Garrick,
as something else.
and we are moving into Quarks.
My father is in my uncle's bar. Hard to believe he used to work there, huh? The Alliance has asked a number of special.
Okay, so there's that.
Oh, don't talk to Martin. We'll be here for hours if we do.
Right. We're missing somebody here.
Must be. The situation is. I must.
Oh,
Doctor.
I must have something on your mind.
I had it, but okay.
Refugee groups here.
You got it. You're good. Now we got to talk to the refugees.
It must be a
This is Jempok.
And go to the conference room. There we go. Jempok. Talk. I'm glad Martok's here. Wayun.
If I could. Thank you all for coming.
I'm going to skip
By
this.
now, you should be aware of our tactical situation.
Get to that damaged.
Okay. So this is going to be the ground fight. The Hur'q use a lot of ground combat. A lot of melee combat. They very much like their space counterparts. They try to swarm you with a bunch of little guys. The bigger guys will sometimes use sonic-based attacks that can stun or temporarily paralyze you. And every once in a while, you may find one of them that are really, really hard to kill. I still haven't quite figured out what does that. It's like all of a sudden they just become resistant to a lot of damage, if not all damage. Oh, you guys already took those out. That's what I get for actually watching the cutscene. If this map looks familiar, this is ore processing, which there's a popular TFO that utilizes this map. And this used to be very different
Nice work,
from
but it's not
what
over
it is
yet.
now.
The Hur'q have moved into the ore processing area of.
They when this first came out, there was some changes to the way this worked. They simplified things. Okay, walkways are extending. There you go, Bach. Quit trying to jump.
Yeehaw!
Though I still don't think OSHA would approve of those walkways.
Yeah, there's no handrails. Oh, look. Attendant. Let's see, there's one of them that I shot it directly to the face and it took no damage. Okay, aren't they supposed to move up? What am I missing here?
This one wants to do the walkways.
Yeah, but I've got the walkways pulled back. We should have one to raise it back up, I guess. We're missing something here. Or maybe there's enemies somewhere?
Or maybe we have too many people touching consoles doing the same thing that's confusing the game.
That could be, I guess. Go ahead. Yeah, let me walk out here and see what's going on.
Oh.
What's this?
Aha, you're trapped. Okay, there's you have walkways.
Okay.
Now they've been retracted.
That's my fault. I got it. Okay, so they're out. I'm going to come back upstairs. And if we have glitched it, we'll just have to leave.
Okay, retracting walkways, which is supposed to then have this other console activate.
Which it's not. Alright, so it looks like we glitched it. Let's go ahead and...
There's still a way to... Hang on. We have to sacrifice one person.
To do what?
Okay, the walkway's extended. Somebody can go down there, down to the one below us. Or it said it was going to extend.
He's down there. What are you trying to do?
Oh. Well, then here. Let's pull the hang on.
Do you want me on the thing, or do you want me to retract? What do you want me to do?
Go to the one that says rotate up. The other console. There should be two consoles. Or is it not working either?
They just extend.
Yeah, none of them are lighting up. It's a little weird. Somehow we have glitched this map. All right. Let's run over to, let's see, what would be best? Home?
Sure.
They have a fight, right? At the space fight, right at the beginning of Home, right?
Yep.
I'm going to have to drop and then re-grab, because I think I'm on the section of going into the ship.
Same here. So I'm going to hop to an alt real quick.
I
don't want to mess too much up.
The wonderful.
Is this character I'm going straight through?
Let me know when you're ready, Mim.
Wrong character.
Are you going to be on your other account?
No.
In person.
Can I invite you?
World of the
Aw, Wish at Mementh is my friend. That's funny. Alright, I'm going to transwarp. Alright, so we're just trying to do the space combat now. You saw the ground.
Mm-hmm. Bags!
Why does it always have to be bugs?
Because it's not snakes?
Okay.
You can invite Shriek.
Shriek has been invited. And I will share home. Already has home. All right.
Apparently someone has it halfway through.
I'm going to begin.
Sorry, that was me.
Beginning home. Okay. Now that we actually can show this off. In space, the Hur'q, much like on the ground, they use swarm tactics, and they will have a bunch of little ships following you around, shooting at your rear end. They still use anti-proton weapons, which gives them an increased crit chance, and again, sometimes that can be very painful, especially at higher difficulties or for undergeared characters. Now, I will say,
so bring friends.
Yes, you can always bring friends, but I will also say that these episodes are actually really, really well done. And if you haven't ran them,
we may be needing your solution to this problem soon.
My tail here, so you can see how they work.
Yes,
this is worth running.
Has it? Some might argue it's
and there's these swarmers all shooting my butt while their buddy is tractor beaming me. They will occasionally have carriers, but the carriers just spit out the swarmers.
This is the Chimera. We're here to help.
This mission, by the way, is the one that everyone likes to use for the ground stuff, if they can.
And space.
My ship won't last much longer.
Yeah.
We need to deal with the swarm attacking it immediately.
Yeah. I'm coming, Odo. Relax. Oh, and by the way, they do swarm. There's a bunch of them. And so if you're really good at AoE damage and you blow them all up, they might be little ships, but when they explode, they deal normal damage. So a bunch of them exploding can be really bad. Oh, what's Hur'q flying? Oh, Hur'q's
still in the same ship.
That didn't look like your normal ship. Shriek, did you get caught in explosions? Mem. I think we've lost a Mem.
No. I was giving you an example of getting exploded. That's what I was doing. Yeah. That's what I was doing.
Well done.
We'll accept that. So, everybody thank Mem for the demonstration of what it looks like to get swarm exploded. Oh, and there's a carrier. So the hive is the carrier that will spit out the swarmers.
For the swarm!
Sort of the wrong game, but
Wasn't there an episode of Voyager titled The Swarm?
We did it.
I'll send
maybe, but
Okay.
where the swarm goes to.
I am not going to beam over. I'm going to go ahead and leave map. Although I'm going to leave this here in case I need the ground portion. So I think I'll save this for a little while. I've never done that before. That could be fun. All right, so Grebog, I put for our secondary target a little blurb here about the fleet colony provisions. So you want to tell people how to get them and why they're important?
All right. Well, first let's talk about the KDF fleet while we're on KDF side. But
that's fine.
The KDF fleet has also been making some big jumps. We are working on the dilithium mine. I do have some provision projects going right now to help anyone that wants to buy stuff from the lithium mine. They'll be able to. But we're on the final big project to complete the dilithium mine, which means once done, we will have the dilithium store discount maxed out. Same with the fleet project dilithium discount maxed out. So that's a big thing. Outside of that, let me go to... I will go to Grebog. He is sitting at the colony. And he can show you where to go. And yes, I've been doing this on multiple tunes. Hence, Grebog is down at the bottom of this list. Because I've been running this... I started running it almost every day since I noticed how long it's going to take to get the battery provisions. So what we're talking about is on the colony, we've unlocked the big project. We've filled the luxury, we filled the ore, but we need a lot of battery. Now we get 3,750 a day from the coffer system that are just auto generated. But if you to help move things along, I kind of asked our fleet to go to the colony, and you can once you get here, you're gonna have to beam down. Let me get into proximity.
Uncle Picard needs you.
Now to do the battery provisions, the closest and easiest way to do it, with where we are, there's technically multiple locations you could go to do the mini game, but there's one right at the main colony where you can do, and it'll let you get the battery provisions just fine and dandy. Once the load screen goes. I'm on load screen.
I'm telling you. That's been a thing all night.
Essentially, you will get a mission when you first interact with the console that you will see me run up to, and it will ask you to do the minigame until you get 250 of the provisions. Now, if you are good, you can get that all in one go. If you are not as good with this, you will take multiple times. But you just run up the stairs, run just straight back to these consoles that are back here by the waterfall area. So second floor, back on the waterfall. And then you'll have a acquire collect batteries mission, and then it will want you to get 250, and then you can start charging batteries, and it'll give you a mini game. Just do the mini game until you get the it runs out of time, and it will let you get your 250. But yeah, probably should have rebooted my computer before we started too. That might also have helped. I've had to do some updates for my video card and stuff like that earlier. Well, day or so ago. But that is what you have to do. And you can do this on as many captains as you want. If you were, say, wanting to really help speed things up for colony, your fleet and stuff. But the only limit on how many times you do this is the number of captains you have. And as you can see, me being distracted, I didn't get the 250 in one go, so just have to do it again. So I am again noticing some mini game lag, and I think it's because I need to reboot my computer.
Okay, so that's the provisions. What are we doing next week, Grebog? I didn't have anything down.
Winning. What we do every week, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
STO.
I mean, that's the point of having a colony. You're taking over the world.
Well, there you go. That's a true statement. We have taken over a world. Is there anything? Should I put to TBD?
Galaxy Goes to Red Alert is going to be going on next week, though we've done enough of the Red Alert stuff. Though they have said always, the Zenkethi one, they look to take out that fail condition someday.
3 years later. Still waiting, Cryptic, for you to remove that fail condition.
And then, I mean, once you get your provisions, you just come in here, donate them.
We could do the red alerts. We could try to get a team together and blow through all the red alerts again. We got some really good screenshots the last time we did that, and it was fun. So you want me to put that down, red alerts?
Sure. It's good to have some fun and blow some stuff up.
Okay, so next week we're just going to be blowing up some red alerts, and we are looking for teammates. So if you're not doing anything, show up. You can help us blow some stuff up. It'll be fun. We'll see if we can get... And
if you're really lucky, we'll get to blow Nick's ship up.
Now wait, what? Why are you blowing?
Or at least we'll watch it go kablooey.
Oh, well, that does happen sometimes. Kind of depends on which character I'm on. All right, so tune in next week for the red alerts. We went through all of our details. Yeah, I will see you out there.
If it harms no one, do it. Protect the weak from the strong.
Live long and prosper, everybody.